What a cheerful thing this is. Alice Munro, artist of words and stories, has literature's greatest capstone placed on her brilliant, enduring craft. Alice Munro has won the Nobel Prize for Literature, the Nile headwaters of every other literary award on the planet. The gratification for this pinnacle distinction must be immense, because so much of her career was self-chosen risk. There was the big fact of when she began to write. She was in midlife, wife and mother, 37 years of age. And she went almost straight to the major leagues. The New Yorker magazine, the display case of the finest short fiction talent on the continent, competing at the top scale right away with the names. Then there was the choice of the short story as her form, a high risk too. The short story insists on the very largest talent, like walking the high wire over a gorge carrying a piano. Short story masters are a handful, but they are all giants. Chekhov, the comparison is now automatic. James Joyce, the scribe of the perfect Dubliners, and the superb Argentinian Jorge Luis Borges, fabulist and fictionist. By choosing the short story, that's the line she placed herself in, which is colossal bravery for novice or veteran. To choose the short story over the novel was brave too, because the novel is the big boy. The literary pages, the wine-swilling conferences, the glam interviews are all about the novel. The novel is loose and baggy. A novel can be sloppy and still work. But the short story demands a jeweler's craft, the keenest inner eye for the most precise balancing, an absolute sense of diction and word placement, the ordering of events, and mastery of tone. Finally, Alice Munro spoke to the world from a secluded, distilled corner of it. Those shaped fables of hers found an echo all over. In Donne's words, she made one little room and everywhere. Let's sum that up. She starts late, doesn't write novels. Out of the blocks, she's competing with the best. Places small-town Ontario in the hearts and imaginations of half the world. Tops it all off by improving a form, the short story, that is lodged within a pedigree of genius and golden writing. 3 cheers for Alice Munro. Of course, we'll all bask in the win, and should, knowing one of our writers, a Canadian, wrote in a voice that plays outside any boundary of province or nation to find an audience in the world. Literature is the voice of humanity first, but only a very few writers make that grand leap to that great sphere. How wonderful then that on a Thanksgiving weekend, this intense, accomplished and vital Canadian, on the 50th anniversary of Munro's books in Victoria, let's note, has been marked by the judges of the world as a talent belonging to that so select, eminent and treasured circle. For The National, I'm Rex Murphy.